Guys, I'm not here today to have some sort of light-hearted discussion about toy cars, okay? I'm here today because I need to report a crime, a missing persons case on Chester Whipplefilter. What happened to this guy? Hello everybody, and welcome back to yet another video and to another T2 Reviews Tie discussion, where today we'll be unraveling the Chester Whipplefilter conspiracy. For those of you who don't know or need a refresher, in Cars 3, in order to hide himself from the press, Lightning McQueen is covered in mud by Luigi and takes on the name Chester Whipplefilter. He does this when he's going into the Thunder Hollow Demolition Derby so that nobody knows who he is. Chester Whipplefilter, more specifically a diecast called Lightning McQueen as Chester Whipplefilter, was first released in 2017. He was then released in some multi-packs. He was released again in 2018. In 2017, he also got this very nice rubber tires variant, which was re-released in 2018. In 2018, he got a mini racer, which appeared in the Blind Bag series. And then he just vanished. It's like he's gone. He suddenly disappeared from the Mattel Cars merchandise. And he's yet to make a return. And I don't know why. Lightning McQueen as Chester Whipplefilter. His regular diecast has not been released for years, nor has his mini. But you know what has been released? Time and time again, in every single Demolition Derby themed 3-pack for the mini racers, this guy right here has been released. This muddy Lightning McQueen, who didn't even appear in Cars 3, mind you, and is the wrong paint job for the Demolition Derby, has been released time and time again in the Mini Racer 3-packs. Now, I believe there was one Mini Racer 3-pack that included a Chester Whipplefilter. I'm just looking, I have my poster off to the side here. Yeah, the first ever Demolition Derby 3-pack, which included Francis Beltline, Mr. Drippy, and Chester Whipplefilter, is the only 3-pack appearance of this guy, I believe. He might have been in one afterwards, but I don't think he was following 2018. Every single pack that included the McQueen for the Demolition Derby was this weird one. Up until this year, 2022, when a Demolition Derby 3-pack came out that finally included the proper McQueen. Well, actually, not technically, because the proper McQueen would be Chester, but it included the Rusty's Racing Center McQueen, which is the paint job he has before he gets covered in mud and afterwards. Speaking of which, in the absence of Chester Whipplefilter, in 2020 we got this incredible muddy Rusty's Racing Center McQueen diecast. Easily one of my all-time favorite McQueens from Cars 3, who I just absolutely love this car. He was re-released as a single in 2021, which I felt was a very unnecessary re-release, but whatever. And he also got a multi-pack release in 2021 in a Demolition Derby themed 3-pack. Not 3-pack, sorry, 5-pack. Where he was actually a variant where he was smiling instead, which is kind of odd, but it wasn't marked as a new variant. It was just a case of he had a different face, just different mouth for whatever reason. He was just made onto a different mold, I believe, that had a smiling face instead of a frowning face. So, as you can see, while we haven't had Chester Whipplefilter in the 155 scale line or the Mini Racer line for a long time, not since after 2018, we've had these two guys whenever you need a Demolition Derby themed McQueen. Not Chester, but muddy versions of McQueen. Now, this McQueen did appear in the movie, of course, once all the water is washed off of him from Mr. Drippy. So at the very least, this guy appeared, and like I said, he's a really nice-looking McQueen. But what happened to Chester Whipplefilter? Well, I think there is a reason behind this. And the reason why, you see, a few years ago, I was at a Target. And I was in the cars aisle, and there was a mom and her young son there. Now, usually, when there are other people, when I go to stores, there aren't usually all that many people in the toy aisles, honestly. And when there are, I tend to just wait until they're gone. You know, you don't need me standing there. If I'm ever in an aisle with, like, a parent and their kid, the parent's probably like, who's this random guy in his late teens standing surveying toy cars like he's doing a building inspection, you know? But, like, I was in the aisle here, and there was this mom and her young son, and they were going through the cars, and the kid, who I don't think was, like, old enough to, like, be fully speaking, he was very young, he was sitting in like, the shopping cart, like a toddler, and he points to Chester Whipplefilter, and the mom's like, oh, that's not Lightning McQueen, that's Chester Whipplefilter, reading the name tag, clearly not reading the fact that above the part where it says Chester Whipplefilter, it says Lightning McQueen. It's the diecast's name tag said Lightning McQueen is Chester Whipplefilter. If I could take my camera off of the tripod here, where is he? Lightning McQueen as Chester Whipplefilter. What you? It said that. Just look above where it says Chester Whipplefilter. Yeah, it was in a smaller font size, but like, what? So, you know, that's something that's really stuck in my mind. But now it's starting to stick in my mind for a different reason. It's really made me think. And I think that the reason why we haven't seen Chester Whipplefilter merchandise in so long is because maybe they don't think they can market it? Maybe they think it's just more intelligent to release a muddy McQueen because a little kid will see that and recognize that as McQueen. Maybe a little kid wouldn't recognize this as McQueen, but they'd recognize that or that as McQueen because that looks more like McQueen. I don't even know if that's a valid argument. We've had plenty of McQueens released over the years that don't really look like your traditional McQueen, like the McQueens from Cars 2. Not Cars 2, sorry, Cars Toons. Although McQueen from Cars 2 is quite different. I'm sorry, Cars Toons. I try to do these discussions as like raw as possible, but like the McQueens from Cars Toons. Or maybe it's a matter of this one not being named Lightning McQueen. It's named Lightning McQueen as Chester Whipplefilter with Lightning McQueen in a smaller font. That's clearly tricked at least one person in this world into thinking that, you know, it wasn't a McQueen and that it was its own separate character. Now, would a kid know? I'd assume if a kid's seen Cars 3, they'd know, but who knows? Maybe they don't remember it being Chester Whipplefilter. I don't know. But isn't it kind of interesting that we haven't seen any Chester merchandise since 2018? While we have seen these guys, these muddy McQueens instead. Cruz, on the other hand, hasn't had this issue. Although Cruz's Francis Beltline has not been released frequently, she was, I believe, released in that exact same 5-pack that gave us the Muddy McQueen back last year in 2021. Probably because Francis Beltline Cruz still looks like Cruz. I know this is all, you know, all of this might be a stretch. We've had times where we've gone years and years and years without major Cars characters being released. But I think it's just so odd that time and time again with these mini packs, and now even in the 155 scale line, we just constantly get these Muddy McQueen alternatives instead. I don't really get it. But part of me feels that this has to be like a deliberate move. That they're releasing these Muddy McQueens instead of Chester Whipplefilter because they look more like Lightning McQueen. Now, again, I don't know. These are just my thoughts, and I really want to hear yours. This is a discussion video, after all. It's meant to spark a discussion. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Am I insane for thinking this? Is this way too much of a stretch? Is there something going on here? I'd really like to know what you guys think. But, I don't know. I mean, like, couldn't you just, like, re-release Chester Whipplefilter and call it, like, mud-covered Lightning McQueen, if that's the reason why? If the problem is that you think kids won't know it's McQueen or that it doesn't look enough like him? I don't know, okay? I just think this is such an odd scenario, but I'd really like to know what you guys would think about this subject. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.